A long time ago, in Egypt, there was an ancient village famous for its unique culture and simple way of life. The tall date palm trees and houses made of mud enhanced the natural beauty of the village even more. Every single thing in that village reminded people of a beautiful past. In this village lived two close friends named Adam and Victor. Their friendship was famous throughout the village, and people often gave examples of their bond. Not only were their homes close to each other, but their hearts were also deeply connected with sincere affection. Adam lived happily with his wife and 3 children. He was a hard-working craftsman who earned his living through day and night labor. On the other hand, Victor lived with his wife and 2 children, but he had no regular profession. He was a hunter who used to go deep into the forests and valleys to hunt animals. Hunting had become a permanent part of his life, and he ran his household from it. One day, Adam said to Victor, "My brother, I want to talk to you about something. Most of my time is spent at work, and when I am away from home, my children remain alone. The biggest fear of my life is that they might fall into trouble because of being unattended. If you could do me a small favor, I would be very grateful." Victor immediately replied, "Why talk about favors? Your request is an honor for me." Adam said, "Since you are usually free during the day, if you ever get time, please keep an eye on my home." With time, the friendship between Adam and Victor grew stronger, and both continued maintaining good relations. One day, Adam's elderly father, who lived in a distant area, suddenly arrived at their home and stayed for a few days. Adam's father was a wise and experienced man. When he spoke with Victor and carefully observed his behavior, he immediately understood Victor's true intentions. That evening, when Adam returned home, his father gently advised him, "My son, Victor may be fine as a friend, but trusting him with household matters and responsibilities is not wise. He does not seem like a good person. Keep your relationship with him limited to friendship only." Adam felt bad hearing this, but out of respect, he remained silent. The next day, his father again spoke firmly. "My son, do not spend too much time with Victor, and do not go out with him for leisure. He is not trustworthy." Adam listened with one ear and let it go from the other. He assumed that his father might be jealous of Victor and, because of this misunderstanding, he ignored his advice, giving more importance to friendship. After a few days, Adam's father returned to his village, and life once again continued as usual. One day, Adam had gone to work. Seeing the opportunity, Victor came to Adam's house. He spoke immorally to Adam's wife and even offered money to fulfill his filthy intentions. Adam's wife, who was a wise and modest woman, strictly refused him. But Victor, now firmly stuck on his evil desires, continued pressuring her. He began threatening her and said, "If you do not agree, I will lie to Adam and tell him that you tried to build a relationship with me." In their society, honor and modesty were deeply valued. Adam's wife became terrified at the thought of losing her honor and bringing shame to her family. Because of fear and poor judgment, she eventually fell under Victor's pressure, and an illicit relationship began. This relationship did not remain a one-time incident, it became a daily routine. Time passed, and Adam remained unaware, busy with his daily life. Adam's wife felt deep regret in her heart, but due to shame and guilt, she never found the courage to tell her husband the truth. One day, Adam's parents suddenly arrived at his house. What they saw there struck their hearts like lightning. Seeing Victor with Adam's wife, they were left stunned. Adam's father's anger reached the skies. He grabbed Victor and beat him mercilessly and also scolded Adam's wife harshly. This moment was unbearable for Adam's parents, and everything turned dark before their eyes. That evening, when Adam returned home, his father slapped him hard and angrily said, "This is the result of your negligence. I warned you earlier that Victor was not trustworthy, but you ignored my words, and this is the outcome." Hearing all this, Adam felt as if the world had collapsed upon him. He stood there, shocked and ashamed. His anger was directed toward Victor and his wife. Adam, who was a sincere and kind-hearted man, fell to the ground and began crying uncontrollably. His tears carried storms of pain and helplessness. He realized that this tragedy was the result of his own carelessness. With a heavy heart, Adam decided to divorce his wife. His father tried to stop him, saying, "This mistake is yours. You allowed a man like Victor into your home." But Adam had completely lost trust in his wife, and eventually, he divorced her. For the wife, it felt like the end of the world. Yet this was the punishment of her own actions. If she had told Adam the truth the very first time, perhaps none of this would have happened. Adam tried to chase Victor, but Victor managed to escape. Time passed. One day, news spread through the neighborhood that a hut had caught fire, and inside it, a woman and children had burned to death. Adam was among those who rushed to extinguish the fire. When the fire was finally controlled and the bodies were taken out, everyone was shocked. One body was Victor's. The second was Adam's former wife. And the other two were her innocent children. When Adam witnessed this scene, his heart trembled. He was filled with grief and anger, but there was nothing he could do. In his heart, he said, "Oh God, you are severe in punishment and firm in justice." After some time, Adam's parents decided that he should marry again so that his life could be filled with happiness once more. They arranged his marriage with a beautiful and virtuous girl from Egypt. When Adam saw his new bride, he was captivated by her beauty and innocence. She was so radiant that even the moon would feel shy before her. Her face healed the wounds of Adam's heart, and the old sorrows slowly faded away. Adam had learned a powerful lesson from life. He began taking better care of his home, returned on time, and kept friendships limited to their proper boundaries. He understood that having a pure heart is important, but wisdom and responsibility are equally necessary in life. God punished him for his weaknesses, but rewarded his patience and honesty in such a way that he was granted a life 100 times better and more beautiful than before. This story carries deep lessons for all of us. First, as a wife, it is essential to keep the husband informed about every matter, no matter how small it may seem. Speaking at the right time can save one from great losses. A wise saying goes, "A good woman is firm and distant with other men, but soft like wax for her husband." This attitude leads to success in both this world and the hereafter. As a husband, every man should avoid sharing household matters with others, especially with those who are not fully trustworthy. Jealousy is a poison that cannot be seen, but it can cause great destruction. A man's honor and responsibility demand that he remain firm regarding his wife, mother, sister, and daughter, and ensure their protection. This is the foundation of modesty and dignity. As sons, we must understand that parents' advice always contains wisdom. They are familiar with life's bitter experiences, and their guidance should be taken seriously. If Adam had listened to his father, he could have been saved from this loss. As a friend, if someone trusts you, it is your duty to protect that trust. A true friend is one who values his friend's honor more than his own life. Finally, this incident reminds us that God may delay, but He never overlooks anything. If today you deceive someone or violate their honor, do not assume you have succeeded. God's system of justice is perfect, and when His punishment arrives, even prayers and regret may not help. Victor and Adam's wife received the punishment for their sins, while Adam, because of his sincerity, received a reward from God in the most beautiful form. This story teaches us that a person who remains truthful and places trust in God never walks away empty-handed. I hope you learned something valuable from this story. If you enjoy old, moral, and lesson-filled stories, make sure to subscribe to our channel AR Storyline. If possible, like the video and share it with your friends. Do write your opinion about this story. Thank you very much for your support.